Chairman, because of that introduction, I have to go back to the church service last Sunday, which I attended, and my sister preached. And when she preached on the Beatitude. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It means you must be humble. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. It means that you, after being humble, should put yourself in some form of meditation and think about others. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. It means you must be gentle. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness, a sense of justice and perfection. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. It means you got to love one another. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Pure in heart causes a sense of selflessness. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. We need many peacemakers in this country because in fact, I think we have it right now. We've started 2017, correct? And at least we are doing something to keep the murders down. We need peacemakers in this country. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I know a lot of people in here have been persecuted. And if we start to talk about persecution, we won't stop tonight. So I won't go there. Mr. Chairman, let me recognize the Honourable Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Sylvester Harris. Let me also recognize next to him, let me recognize the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Sean Kenneth Richards, sitting in front of me here. And I will go next to him. I recognize the Honourable Ian Patches Libert and the Honourable Vincent Fitzgerald Byron. Recognize the Honourable Premier from Nevis. So good to have you in Cayon. I believe some of the Cayon people know you very well, you know. Yeah, because I used to hear them talk about how you used to bat so well. I used to see you too. But a lot of young people here don't know. But there's only one reason why you didn't make the West Indies team as an opener, you know. You're from a Leeward Island. Tell them I said that. You agree with me, Vincent Byron, don't you? Yes, I know Vincent agree with me. Because Vincent know the 130 something where you put on in Barbados against the top teams in the world. People like him and Sargent 127 against England right here in Bastille. Livingston Sargent, yes. People must know that. We had quality cricketers here. They just never were from the big islands in those days. But last week, people in my constituency and from the country in celebrating the 7th anniversary of my election to the Parliament. Indeed, the first event was on Sunday the 22nd, and we went to the Moravian Church. And oh, what a good time we had on that Sunday. Anybody here who went to that church service? Yes, I can see the hands. And then we had some visits during the week, but it culminated on Saturday. On Saturday, we had a dinner that was held at the Jacktar village. And I refer to it because it had strong support from across the entire country. We had a packed hall. And indeed, I asked one of my colleagues from many years of relationship with him to speak. His name is Donnelly Saunders. And I will mention him here because it is important to understand that when you have friends, especially good friends, friends whom you know are honest, you must hold them up always, even when things go wrong with them. You see, back in the 70s, Donnelly Saunders and others from St. Peter's were the ones that carried the mantle And in Connery, you had people like Marvin Edwards, and that same fellow there they call Noel. That Noel Stevens right there, carrying the mantle. No, stand, you can't stand up now. Stand up, let us see you, man. That Noel. And 30 years later, Noel's still here. Noel. Yes. And then we came to Cayon and Keys, and you had people like Lennox and me carrying the mantle. We railroaded the government then. Richard, we were just taking over from you, remember? 79 when you ran out here? You were the last person to run out here before we went. You ran out here 75. 75 was the last time you ran. Yes. You think I don't know that? And then in 1980, we then took it over. And we decided we're taking the reins between 80 and we carried it right through until 95. I'll come back to that. But I want to make a fundamental point about Cayon, because you see, this meeting tonight is in Cayon, and there are many people saying a lot of things. And I have to, tonight, deal with a couple things. I ain't dealing with nobody, because to tell you the truth, that's not my style. But I will tell you this. I love this Cayon. And those who spread rumors about me and Cayon, they don't know Cayon. I don't even care if they're from Cayon, because I love this Cayon. I was born here. I was raised here. I grew up here. I went to school here, taught here, played football here, cricket here, and also supported the football team, giving them boots here in Cayon and all kinds of things. I love this Cayon. And when it was time for me to build my home, I was paying on land in Frigate Bay because I couldn't get a piece in Cayon at the time. And the minute a piece came in Cayon, I gave up the one in Frigate Bay and came back to Cayon. I love this Cayon. And Cayon, since I became politically active in 1980, has never, ever turned away from the People's Action Movement. When other places may have faltered for 1 year or so, Cayon remained constant. I don't want you to think I'm making joke, you know. Cayon, in 1984, when Cayon gave PAM 871, it gave Labour 282. When in 1989 it gave PAM 758, it gave Labour 243. When it gave 655 in 93, it gave Labour 352. When we got 782 for PAM, Labour got 479 in 95. Even though we lose the election, Cayon remained constant. And then in 2000, Cayon is 767. Labour came up to 595. They still did not surpass PAM. And in 2004, did I say 95, 2000? 2004. That time now, 2000, remember I ran 2000, eh? So it started with me. The growth began. Because while in 2000 it was 767, by 2004 it was 916. And then 2010, it went from 916 to 994. And in 2015, 1103. The support here for PAM translated into the support for Team Unity in 2015. But I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. I make that point because there are a lot of people talking a lot of things about Cayon. Some of them from Cayon too. And I don't think they understand Cayon. Some just tell me, Hamilton, what are you doing in Cayon? You doing in Cayon? Why you doing this? I know my constituency well. I know where you have to focus. And when they see me focus in St. Peter's, they want to know, why are you in St. Peter's instead of Cayon? I know my constituency well. Look, when we increased in Cayon, when I started to run, I got in Cayon 1,333 votes. And then I moved it from 1333. Sorry, not Cayon, that's the overall constituency, 1333. I made a mistake. But I got in Cayon, when I ran the first time, 767 votes. It means between 2000 and 2015, to go to 1103, I increased by 336. But look at St. Peter's. When I ran first in St. Peter's, I got 310 votes. And the last time was 700 votes, which means I went up by 390. People must understand my constituency. When you see me working, follow my lead. I'm in this thing long time, and I understand it. I understand it. So I know how to carry this constituency. I first ran in 2000. You know, when I ran in 2000, it was funny. I didn't really think of going in politics, you know. But what had happened to me was this. I was working in the private sector. And then in 1995, well, 1989, I got a transfer. They asked me to come and join National Insurance. So I went. When I went to National, after they were working for 16 years, they were doing $5.1 million with $6 million in assets. 6 years later, they were doing $14.2 million with over $20 million in assets. I could go into the transformation, that could take too much time. But what I will tell you is, a lot of those people there, who are strongly against me politically, will today tell you I was the best manager they had there. Because most of them grew and became independent because of the training they got. People like Althea Byron, go talk to her if you think you're telling lie. Because she grew up when I was there. Because they had them pressing down. Only one person supposed to know everything. Everything go up to one person. How can you run an organization like that? That changed. That's what made Althea and Byron and today the powerhouse they are in that organization. Middle management. Change the organizational pyramid from this tall pyramid to a little flatter pyramid. That's what it was. And I wouldn't go into the other because it'll take a lot of time. But 5 years before I ran for government, I was terminated. Patty said it. A company doing well. The best report from the actuary from England. But I was terminated for politics. They pay me 3 months pay in lieu of notice, which means I ain't got nothing against you, but I don't want you. I've gone home. Park up the company car. Walk. You know what else happened? I had a mortgage with the bank. $4,600 a month. They moved it right away to $6,300. Interest rate changed. And me ain't got no income. I was sucking salt, believe me. You all don't understand it. The persecution I went through with these people. And I'm telling you, I started a company, Eastern Caribbean Insurance Company, raised $550,000 in capital. In those days, to start a company is only $200,000. See Richard Keynes there, he was one of the investors. Confidence in me they had. And they wouldn't give a license. Douglas wouldn't give a license. And he talking nice to me, wife, see? My wife was about 5 months away from getting a baby. And she telling him, Douglas, you know my children, they come to you all the time and whatnot, my husband, they have to look after these children. Oh, sure. Oh, yes. Oh, man. And he wouldn't get a license. That was the 31st of October. And by August, I still ain't had no job. $6,000 a month to pay for my mortgage. So what I had to do? I went back to British American. Here what happened when I went back there. They give me $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month can't pay a $6,000 a month mortgage. But there was nothing else. Because I could tell you, when I went back there, you know, they even had the heart, the same man had the heart to call the people in Trinidad and tell them, don't give me no job. My boss tell me, 10 times they call him. Wicked set of people. That's the young man. But I'm going to tell you something. I went back to British American. And it took me a little while to catch my wheels. And you know something? And I mentioned it because I want to show you I'm not lying. There's a fellow named Steve Saunders. one named Bill, that's Erdlin Nisbet, one named Rohan Walters, one named Tessa Warner, one named Eustace Maynard. I recruited them with me and trained them. And in about 4 or 5 years, when the turn of the century in 2000, they were performing so good, they were beating all the fellows in the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. And after they started to beat them in the rest of the Caribbean, they were winning all the prizes. We were winning all the prizes. We were going on every trip everywhere. All of these people here were qualifying what they call as giants, carrying their spouses free of cost. Hawaii, Cuba, Brazil, Sin City, Alaskan cruise, Caribbean cruise, all over the world. And they didn't have to pay a dime because they were winning by the production. And we were just leading everybody in the Caribbean. And I'm saying to you, you know why I'm mentioning it? I am not mentioning it to boast. I'm mentioning it to come to a particular point. You see? Watch the connection. In 1995, St. Lucia passed a law in the country to protect the people who are paying the insurance. The same law was there for Douglas to pass. He was the Minister of Finance. He wouldn't pass it. Why? He was up and down the Caribbean flying on Paris jet, on the corporate jets, and getting and contributions for elections was coming too. I don't know who used to collect it, but he used to come. So he ain't care, going up and down. And you know what happened? I tell you what's the connection. It only changed when Dr. Harris was the Minister of Finance. It was when he was the Minister of Finance in 2008 that he put new legislation in place. That is Dr. Harris's contribution to protect policyholders. If that had been done in 95, it would not have happened. That is why I feel confident when Harris and us get together. I know that this is a man who understands some of those struggles we went through. Because you know what? When British American went in its trouble to add more salt to the injury, they then start to blame Eugene Hamilton. Antigua gone down, you know. Dominica too. Grenada too, but it's Eugene Hamilton. And what is worse, he go on a platform to say there will be a revolution in this country if you get elected and become Minister of Social Security with his forwardness. Tell him I am the Minister of Government now. Let him put that in the pipe and smoke it. I want to tell you something. I told you I want to make the connection. When that happened now, you know, Lord put me on my mortgage. And I'm going to run elections 2000 now. And me loan in National Bank. But you know what that means? They're going to hang me now. So I have to go refinance and take it out to National Bank. Start over again from scratch. And you know, I'm saying this to make this point. When the turn of the century, I got a green card. When British American was in its trouble, I have a green card. I just still get mails from Prudential offering me a job in the United States. They wanted me. Prudential, one of the biggest insurance companies. And you know what Eugene Hamilton do? What green card? What job in the United States? The people of Cayon want representation. And I gave up green card and the opportunity to work in the States and stayed home to serve the people of this constituency. So when you all talking, know the history, because I know it in here and it ain't going. I start to get senile yet. You understand? I stayed home. And look, don't underestimate it, you know, because you see Lindsey Grant over there. He gave a whole passport. Denied his family an opportunity to be a U.S. citizen just to serve the country. Don't underestimate it. The Honourable Sean Richard sitting here had a U.S. passport too, and he gave it up to serve this country. So when in 2 years you see Team Unity working and something go wrong, the first thing you try to do is criticize. Come and give support to people who sacrificed to make sure that this country stays on track. Today we have a Team Unity government. To be honest with you, when I did all that, I was only thinking PAM. You want a PAM government. I sure when Lizzie did that, he said he wanted a PAM government too. And Sean, PAM government. But you know what? The Lord led us to come together to form a united force to get rid of the demons that had this country. And if you listen to some people these days, if you listen to some people, you think we in government for 2 terms and we ain't doing nothing. It's only 2 years. It's only 2 years. It ain't him, see, it ain't 2 years yet. And we don't do so much. I ain't gonna even talk about what we don't do. I just want to concentrate tonight on this constituency and show you what we do. Because I don't hear them, you don't think I don't hear them. They got a lot of things to say when I pass him. They got a lot of things that they be saying. In our do not look Cayon. In our do not the St. Peter. In our do not look Connery. What do they mean? I often ask, what do you mean? It ain't 2 years yet. And each first-class premier football team in my constituency done got a whole outfit from me to practice in. I brought that from Italy for them. When I go Italy, I went for myself. I went to look for them too. You understand? And look at the front of Cayon. When you drive to Cayon and Connery, the picket fence tell you you're in the best part of the community and the country. Some people here believe that, Dr. Harris, because they feel that down by them better than up here. But it looked good. That is because of your representative. And when you look at the Cayon High School, the south wing of the school, the whole roof done replaced, thanks to you, Sean Richards. Thanks to the Minister of Education. And they say we ain't doing nothing. When you look at the same Cayon High School, there's another building being constructed here right now. The second building in less than 2 years. And they say we ain't doing nothing. And the cameras, the Honourable Minister just tell me, putting cameras in all these schools to make sure that your children are safe. And we ain't doing nothing, We're supposed to be doing something. If that is nothing, if you're doing something, it means, boy, we could have stayed home and sleep all day. And I'm saying to you, when you look at the primary school, that roof since 1947 was an asbestos roof. 70 years. It has now been replaced in 2 years of Team Unity. When you go down the road by the gut, the place where they call in the river bed, where there was a swamp, we done drain the swamp. And that water that used to create a havoc there with mosquitoes is now gone. And they say we ain't doing nothing. That gut was a sore eye for many, many years. And in 2 years it done fix. But we ain't doing nothing. When you look at St. Mary's Park, when we came in office, there were only 6 lights down there. 6 lights serving the football field. They got 13 now. 13. And you know what? 13 not good enough. And right now, when you gonna start, Sean? Right now this month, We're going to start next month. Next month, we're starting to erect the lights down there so we're going to look like Basti and Sandy Point too. $1.8 million worth of work. And we ain't doing nothing. And the pavilion, you know the condition of the pavilion, that will be done as well, just now in 2017. So you look around and see what we're doing and then say we're not doing anything. If you go down the road now, the basketball court at Maynard Park and Keys, both of them are being resurfaced at the same time. And we're going to put new hoops there for them young basketballers because we want to encourage basketball in Cayon and Keys. And let me tell you something, because those in St. Peter's listening and saying, well, what happened about St. Peter's? Well, before the year done, we're coming at you. We're coming at you in St. Peter's because that basketball court and that netball court, they're also in bad condition. We're coming at you with that too. Carnaby football field. You know, that was one of the things we talked about all the time. As we speak, the work is in progress. Yes, we use our language there. You have it good. The work is in progress. And when it is finished, the minister tells me it's going to be one of the better fields because they're taking the time to fix it properly. They're even bringing grass seeds just to plant on that. And then, of course, we have the farmers. Tasha, where you? Tasha, where you? You there? Tell us about the farmers. All the things that we do for farmers. Plenty farmers in Cayon. I wonder they're in here. They know wire, all kind of things they get from the government to make sure that the farm's safe and that they could grow the crops without being harassed by pigs. The farmers can't complain, because we have set about to look after every farmer. All the way down in St. Paul's, ask them. We were working on those farmers in St. Paul's as well. It has nothing to do with where you live and where you come from. We're serving everybody. And then we have a program that we introduced called HELP. We introduced a HELP program, you know. Let me tell you about it. HELP is a program. And before I introduce it, let me congratulate and thank the General Manager, Mrs. Elrita Simpson-Brown. Give her a hand. And let me also thank the board, headed by Valentine Lindsay. Give them a hand also. And this is the secretary here. Your master here is the secretary to the board. So he knows what I'm talking about. He knows I'm making up nothing. We started a HELP program. What HELP was about? HELP, we set about to ensure that a lot of poor people and indigent people get help. What kind of help? Some people ain't got a bath on the house, no water in the place. The roof leaking bad whenever rain fall, they got to push the bed all over the place. And other problems. We started a program, and I want to stick into care in my constituency. In my constituency alone, 52 people don't benefit from that. 52. I saw Maddie come in here. Maddie, you there? You there? Put up your hand, let me see you. Yes, see Maddie there. Maddie, tell them, where Miss Prince? She up there, right? She could come out to your house by she own? Why? She what? She disabled because she is an amputee, right? But when rain fall, poor Miss Prince got to be rushing all over she house. Maddie, we make sure that Miss Prince will fix. Alai? Tell them for me. Tell them. So Miss Prince ain't got to run, do nothing in she house now. Rain fall, you're all right. And you see, you Maddie? I remember the days when you were a young man and how you used to rally. Boy, we're going to build house soon, you know. Watch me, I watch you. This health program, they had a fellow down the road in a rug. He dead now. But the whole roof was gone. He was in one room in a chair. He also could not walk, disabled. We went there and make sure that he roof back on the house so that he does not have to be getting the wind coming through his house every night through the roof. That's what we do as a good government. That's what we do as a caring government. That's what we have done as a Team Unity government. I got a list here telling you 50-something people. We were giving support from $0 to $10,000 so that persons can make their lives a little bit more comfortable. Those who are in this discomfort. Look, it's not that the talking people news, don't get me wrong. Government business is public business. We're not hiding anything. We are open government. And when we help people, people must not be afraid to say they can help. Too much people getting help and got it on and hiding it. Say big up Hamilton because I can help. They help costs. Come on, man. We're working, delivering. And I'm saying to you, this young man he knows because he's the secretary. All the names here, he knows them. Let me tell you something. In that same program, we help people all around the country. And I don't want you to feel like we're just helping people who support Team Unity, you know. Plenty of people who ain't support Team Unity, they come and they get in help. I could call her name, you know. Because there was one person, a fella in St. Peter's named Welch, tell me she's labor. But she in the estate yard and she had the bathroom. And I went there, me and the chairman, and we make sure she get on she bathroom. I don't know if you read the labor, but you know. It's Welch tell me. So if I say it wrong, it's because Welch tell me. And I apologize to you if it is that. Because I believe your Team Unity. That's what I believe. I believe your unity. I'm saying to you, the program does not discriminate. If you're a poor person, indigent person, or even not so poor, but you need a little help, and the help is genuine help, we are there for you. That's where we are. The program is on a pause right now until we get some more funding, but we will have it very shortly, and we'll continue that program again. Now, I didn't mention it St. Mary's Park Pavilion before, and I had it done, but since the Honourable reminded me, I said it then. And then you know what? They say nothing happening. Minister Richards, they say nothing happening in Cayon, you know. I don't believe it was seen here. Look here. Since the government changed, right? Since the government changed, in Cayon alone, we done give out 189 pieces of land. You hear what I tell you? And not many in Cayon, you know. 189 people don't get land. Would you believe it? Maddie, you there again? You get peace in it? And proud of it, man. Because another was not going to give you none. And I'm glad you got it. Douglas, what they get to you now? They would have never given none. All them calypso he used to sing, he would have never get none. But the government changed. And he get two. Hey, Douglas Watley get to you now? Yes. He would have never get none. Yes. Look. Look, I'm telling you. Look, let me tell you something, my friends. Don't mind when you hear them saying up and down the street. Under Team Unity, they got to step up. All of us got to step up. And with that, you know, 189 in Cayon alone. See them here? I ain't got to tell the lie. Small people, little poor people, and those who are not so poor, who could afford. Everybody benefited. I see a lot of people in here who get to know, but they're going to call your name. Because I know, you know, that on the Team Unity, you have been looked after. And I know you feel proud of the government of Team Unity. Later this year, I said to you, the St. Peter's court will be done. Later this year, the netball court in St. Peter's will be done. And the football facilities up there, what the Football Association building, I went to look for them. I tell them they're going on too long and they're incomplete. And if they need help from the government, tell me what help they want. Because I want it done. Because I'm told that one of the fields will be synthetic court, synthetic matting. That is important for us if we're playing in the international arena. So I want to encourage them, right? So we are going to work to get that done. Watch here. Bartine here. Bartine ain't here. Where she go and walk? Bartine was down in a little wooden house. She and about, I don't know how many. But they wouldn't look on poor Bartine. Poor Bartine. Go down there now, you see. Bartine got a 3-bedroom house going on down there, Shilan. Thanks to this Team Unity government. Darling, where you? Darling, you there? Darling got to be there, but she said, you there? You feel good, right? Yes, because what? Huh? You feel good because your house building, right? Don't worry with them. On the Team Unity, people in this community are being looked after. They're talking, but the facts are there. I'm saying to you, I'm saying to the people here, I'm going to say something now. I don't know if the colleagues going to be vexed with me a lot, but here I'm going to say now. I am the Minister of Housing. And we got $50 million to build house. And I can tell you straight, the colleagues can't vex with me. The first nail they're going to knock in the Cayon. The first nail going to knock in the Cayon out of the 50 million. I am the Minister of Housing. So the people in Cayon can count on me. And I'm saying to the Honourable Patches Libert, I know he wants some beautiful things in Bastia right there on the main road, you know. So you know I need me roads. All right. All right. All right. Yes. We're going to be building some townhouses. Townhouses like what's up like Pine Gardens. A few. Not in Cayon. Not in some of the areas. Mainly in the Bastia area. Because we don't have the land for that. We're going to be building some bungalows. They got different names, I don't remember all. The rooms are bigger than those you got under the previous administration. They're now 12 by 10, rather than used to be 9 by 10. So you could put in a dressing table now in your bedroom. The bathrooms, from 40 square feet to 56 square feet. To 56 square feet. A bigger bathroom for poor people. And you know what we're exploring right now? All these shingles on the roof, when hurricane comes to the blow off. So right now we're looking to see if we can put on a hard roof and put on galvalume on your roof. That is Team Unity government. And you know what else? Where the need is, where some family got in 4 and 5 and 6, we got to give you a third bedroom, man. We're not setting out to build all them third bedroom, but if there's a need, the Team Unity government will respond because Team Unity wants our people to be comfortable. And I'm saying to you, one of the beautiful things about this thing is we're going down to as low, as high as 5% interest and as low as 2. So some people can get their mortgage at 2% interest. We're doing it based on your earnings. So the very poor person could feel comforted that we're not going to rip you off like the previous administration. And I want to tell you, Noel, you see you? I know what you're going through. When people want to eject you out of a house. And I say to you, your Team Unity government will respond to you, and you will be right up there when Team Unity build their house. You got to be looked after. I sound like a boasting now? Oh. What I'm trying to show you is despite the oppression, the persecution, I win a seat, they can be court, they lose, they appeal, they lose. But despite all of that, I am standing tall today to defend and represent the people of this constituency. And as long as God gives me life and wisdom, health, and this Team Unity government will go stronger, I know. Stronger. Because we got 3 more years to deliver. And in those 3 years, the best is yet to come. In those 3 years, the best will come. So I said to you, continue to choose hope over despair. Continue to choose unity over division. Choose inclusion over exclusion. Choose integrity over dishonesty. Choose servant leadership over dictatorship. Good night.